Hey, everybody. We're so excited to do this talk. I'm coming to you from Colorado.
And I'm here in Los Angeles. And so we're doing this super fancy video production because we are sheltering 1,000 miles apart. And we put together this talk so you can see us together on one slide.
And the name of our talk is Modern Elder Love. Steve and I met when we were at MEA, when our hearts were pretty broken and bruised. We barely interacted with each other while we were there that week. We didn't fall in love until afterwards. And together, we discovered an unending possibility for a quality of relationship and a level of love that we had never even imagined was possible. So we are going to tell you our story today. This talk is really all about you. So just take a moment and close your eyes and think about, who do you love? Who do you adore? Who do you cherish in your life? Just take a moment and conjure up their face.
And in that warm conjuring up, as you're thinking through this, now expand and conjure up the faces of 3 people that you unconditionally love. And notice how you respond just by thinking about them. Maybe it's your children, maybe it's your parents or your friends, maybe it's your partner. Really feel those feelings. And now, let's turn our attentions towards our experience of romance. Take a second and reflect upon one of the most romantic moments of your life. Where was it? What do you see? What did it sound like? What smells were around? What did it taste like? Let yourself get lost in the memory. That memory of when your heart was completely consumed by love for another. So here's a question. What if love could become your North Star? A direction to move you to a higher understanding of yourself? Have you ever thought about love as a teacher?
And you know, we've all learned about the power of liminality in midlife. And we're certainly living in a totally liminal world right now. And we've all been liminal at some point in our life in relationship to love. We've had our hearts filled and broken, and for some of us, more than once or twice or a few times. But we now have enough experience and enough wisdom to examine love itself as an existential and a very practical life teacher. So maybe we had preliminary understanding of love in that more egoic first half of our life. But now we have an opportunity for a much more soulful perspective. So the question is, can we get liminal with love? Whether it's renewing a relationship that's decades old, or being alone, or deciding to try again. So certainly being liminal is how it started with us. I arrived at MEA in June of 2018 as liminal as anybody could be. I was starting a divorce after 17 years of marriage, and I actually left my home, came to Todos Santos, and I'd be moving into a new home once I got back. I had tried to come to MEA twice earlier that year, but I couldn't due to some significant family health crises. So falling in love was the last thing that was on my mind.
And I was also totally liminal at that time. I was about as gooey as you could get. I had sold my company and was traveling around Mexico, contemplating selling my house, and traveling with me, a backpack, and my dog, just kind of being as liminal as I could possibly be, really trying to find out what my identity was going to be. I was searching. I just wasn't quite sure what I was searching for. And I had come through a couple of difficult relationships, so love was not really on my mind either. And I had actually been back and forth with Christine a couple of times as to whether or not I was going to come to MEA or not. And in the end, I finally decided to say yes.
And so this picture of us here in the background was at the taco truck. Everybody remembers the taco truck. So Steve and I had our only sharing session earlier that day, the entire week, with our cohort, Michael. And during that day, at the end of our discussion, which was about old patterns in relationships, I had said out of the blue that if I ever got into a relationship again at this stage of my life, it would be with a beloved or nothing at all. And I had no idea why I said that word. And at the very moment I said the word beloved, this bird flew right into the portico window like a messenger and suspended itself there. It was kind of crazy. It was such a prescient moment. And neither one of us could have possibly imagined how that word beloved would come to impact our lives after we left MEA. So now we decided to prepare for you a little video that shares our MEA love story. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We had so much fun making it. And just like the last slide in that video, the gifts of your life come from the most unexpected places. So that was the beginning of our adventure. And now it's your turn.
Falling in love and creating a conscious beloved relationship became a true hero's journey for Carrie and I. And we realized it was something that everyone can discover. And the question really is, from Joseph Campbell, he brings this really to the forefront. He brings it home with the following. The big question is, if you're going to be able to say a hearty yes to your adventure. And what if that adventure was love? New love, renewed love, self-love. Decide right now to challenge yourself to the adventure of elevating your relationship to love itself, whether you're single or in a long-term relationship or in new love. Just decide. Every modern elder has the job to decide, to be courageous, and to really say yes to everything.
And you know, all of you said yes to MEA. And you said yes to this expanding community and the adventures that it's brought you thus far. So what would it look like to say yes to love? To reevaluate all the relationships in your life with the word beloved as a master teacher. Now, as Stephen and I started calling each other beloved, and we felt transported by this higher level relationship, we discovered that there was a hidden puzzle in the word beloved during a meditation. So if you look at this word, beloved, first, it means to be love, to fully open your heart. And then in turn, to be loved, to allow yourself to truly receive from others. And so this became the gateway to our book. And ta-da, here it is. Stephen and I were consumed with the subject of being students of higher love for a year. And we wrote our book called Becoming Beloveds, A Practical Guide to Building Stronger Relationships. And we did dedicate it to Chip and to Saul. It's a reflection tool for anybody, whether you're currently in love or not, to explore how to grow into a higher and more conscious perspective about love and how to create relationships of the soul. We wanted to craft a lyrical book like The Alchemist or The Four Agreements that will inspire you to read alone or to share. And we designed an adventure to earn beloved love and to build new foundations, castles, gardens, bridges, mandalas, and emerge at the top as a cosmic dance. We applied Maslow's hierarchy of needs to love. And we paired those well-known levels with our own metaphors and imagery for a deeply reflective experience and some practical tools to improve communication, connection, quality time, and goals.
And we infused the book with ideas like the Japanese purpose-driven concept of ikigai, and then applied it to love. We chose a huge selection of quotes from teachers, and we sprinkled them throughout the book. And then we wrote original reflection questions for you to contemplate along your journey. Some of our original poetry is also included in the book, such as this poem that kind of started it all. And so this is our official debut. Carrie and I are giving all MEA a free digital copy of the book for you to read right away. And we recorded an audiobook for you as well. It is our gift. The link is in your welcome packet, and we'll also put it in the chat. And we are so excited to have you as part of this journey and to join our community. And our vision is to inspire 1 million people to join our beloved movement of beloved trailblazers. And we also started a company called Stardust and Honey. And once you get to the site, you will see our honey shower date night kits, our monthly beloved habits, our 7 days of honey drops, and get access to all of our social media pages. And we're just getting started. So it's never too late to really discover the soul of beloved love and to spread it wherever you go.
Thank you guys so much. It was such a pleasure to share this with you all, and we look forward to connecting with you afterwards.